Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you guys are new here. This is Tiffany and this is going to be a really random video because usually I share with you guys an Aldi haul and a Kroger haul during the week, and that's usually what I do first thing Monday. So this is Sunday that I'm filming. I don't know if you'll see it this week or if you'll see it the following week when we're on vacation, but I thought why not take you along and do a different type of video focused on budget content. So you guys know that I have freezers and I have fridges of stuff that I've bought like on sale and things like that. So my goal is to not have to go to the grocery store this week and just pull from there. Really the only thing we're lacking that I couldn't pull is like chips and stuff, but we don't really have to have that technically. So we have, today is Sunday, so we're leaving Friday morning. So I'm going to try to make all of the meals and stuff from what we have on hand. So like this will be like a shop with me from my house and a cook with me. I don't know if I combine it, depends on how long this is. So let's go ahead and see what we have for today. Okay guys, so I know I've got egg whites. I know I've got creamer. I won't need to buy that this week, so that's a plus. Then I've got all this stuff here. Normally I could combine that with chicken or something. I don't have any chicken though, except for chicken wings. So this is what we have. This is what we're looking at for in here. I've got plenty of almond milk and oat milk. I've still got plenty of cottage cheese, a little bit of Greek yogurt, but we've got some fruit left over, and the fruit that is going bad I'll turn into muffins. Not much in the meat there, but we've got lots of eggs, cinnamon rolls. We've got some, yeah, we got apples. So apples will be our fruit this week. We've got avocados I can turn into stuff. But lettuce is good for another couple days, and then I always keep our flatbreads and our tortillas in there because it keeps them fresher. So I'm trying to think what we can make out of this stuff. So veggies on this side and fruits, and then yogurt's on there. I do have breakfast stuff there, so I think we're gonna roll with breakfast for dinner tonight. And this is stuff I'm gonna use for when we were out of town in Vegas. It was some chili that I had cooked before. And then I've got some chili or hot dog sauce down there for another day. So let's see what we can make. So in our cabinets, we still have some snack bars left. Some snacky things, lots of these came from my mom's house. We've got a ton of nuts and things up there, crackers, ramen noodles, liquid IV, so we've got tons of that kind of stuff. Over here, you guys always wonder like what I do with that stuff. So here's all those jalapenos, I've got all those kits. I just don't have chicken like with all these kits. Then I stick all of our like taco seasonings, onion powder seasonings, you know, all that kind of stuff you could combine. Ranch seasonings, Italian, gravy. So we'll pull something out of that. All this stuff is in here. Lots of different noodles, and there's some rice back there, and that's once again a kit for chicken. We don't need any peanut butter this week. We've got tons of that, and then tons of other nut butters down here, so we definitely don't need that. And then these are the dressings that we have. So depending on what's in the freezer, we can pull from that. And then we've got all this pasta down here that I will use, that I keep. Also got a bunch of tuna, so I may make tuna cakes this week. And then I've got, I think, potatoes in the freezer, so we could probably pull that. I do have enchilada sauce, and I've got refried beans. So we'll make something Mexican inspired. Over here is the pasta sauces. We're running low on this pantry stuff, but I plan to pull some stuff from this and make something because I've got the noodles and those cream of mushroom soup, so we can make something out of that. Okay guys, down in my freezer, so I've got lots of beef. I've got salmon, but they won't eat it. I will. Turkey bacon I got on clearance. Saved. I've got ground chicken, all kinds of beef, hot dogs, so I've got Italian sausage and all that kind of stuff in there. Here is more ground beef. Underneath it is chicken wings and like Italian sausage and things like that, and bratwurst. And then over here is more ground beef. I'm using a lot of it though. We've got Canadian bacon here. I still plan to do a breakfast prep one day when we get back. So let's see. What do we got over here? Okay, so over here is my Dave's bread. I still have plenty of that upstairs. I've got this wide pan loaf of bread. Lots of coffee because we're out of coffee. So I'm going to pull one of these to take upstairs. Because oh, not pumpkin. We won't want pumpkin. I'll get maple. because he doesn't mind the making. So I'm going to pull that upstairs. Garlic bread. I want to use garlic bread this week because I can, I think what I want to do is use some beef over there and should have green peppers. So maybe make a macro-friendly Philly cheesesteak pasta, and then I'll use the garlic bread for that. And I've got lots of bread down here. So I could even make a casserole for breakfast one day. So I needed bread. We really only need 2 loaves. So we're in luck. We have 2 loaves of bread in the freezer. I had got them on sale, so we'll pull these out and use those. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and pull all 3 loaves and use the other loaf to make sandwiches for the road when we go. So here's all that yogurt I have. I saved this to make smoothies. I have all these bags for smoothie mixes because, you know, they'll stay good. Walnuts we don't need right now, but I'll save those and use them. Okay, I've got pita pockets in here. So I've got these I might be able to use this week for sandwiches. So let's go into the other. Okay, and here is fruit. So I'm going to use that for smoothies. Keep them in here, all that fruit. So as you can see, it's like I have this all the way full, so I've been using a lot. So I will use those, I think, to go with something. These frozen potatoes, and then I've also got sweet potatoes, lots of broccoli, lots of green beans, Brussels sprouts, oh, sweet potatoes, that's a good one. Other veggies. Okay, do you have green peppers? Yes, we got green peppers, so we can make that filling. And I have lots of onions I got from my mom. Peppers I've frozen. Here is like pre-made stuff. So like when I make pizza crust, I made I'm gonna dim some pizza, which I actually have some pizza left in the freezer I can use up from the last time I made it. I froze it. And then I'll make me some cauliflower crust pizza. Maybe. So let's go over here. Okay, not much left in this fridge. Sorry, it's dark. I do have an almond milk, and I have tons of flour. Over here, I've got some yogurt tubes, waffles, so that's a breakfast. Pizzas I've frozen, and then down there are like little taco bites. So probably nothing in there, but I do have these pie crust I saved if I want to pull from that. Okay, so here is the bread. I'm just gonna let this thaw out on the counter, so we'll have plenty of bread for this week. And then tonight, like I said, I'm gonna make breakfast. I think I've come up with what I'm gonna make for the rest of the week also. Okay, so here's what I've come up with. So today is breakfast. There is Tanner. I've got fruit that I can use up, and Jen Chapin has a easy recipe for muffins. So I might use her easy muffin recipe and use up some of that fruit that's in the fridge before it goes bad. For car snacks, I'll probably make some more protein balls because me and Ryan love them. And Cheerio bars because I have Cheerios and Tanner loves Cheerio bars, and we've got tons of peanut butter. So I fill up the water jugs and use them. And then, so here is the plan. Maybe burgers. So maybe burgers with garlic aioli sauce. I've got sweet potato fries and regular ones in the freezer, so I'll pull one of those. And then some other form of a vegetable that I've got. Bread, I think, downstairs. I'll either make that or I'll make something else close to it. Tuna cakes, I've got tuna to use up. I've got French fries already cut up downstairs, and then some form of a veggie. I'm not sure yet which one I'll do. Then I've got pork chops I need to use. I've got tons of pork chops. So I may pot some pork chops, make some sweet potatoes, or something with noodles or rice, like mushroom and rice. I don't know, something like that. And then green beans to use up in the freezer. I've got the, not real Philly meat, but I've got like the ground beef, like to make the macro Philly pasta. I've got green peppers and onions to go with that out of the freezer. And then I've got garlic bread I can make on my own from the bread that I have in the freezer. I don't have salad. I don't know why that's up there. I didn't mean to put that. And then we go Friday to the beach. So this should be good. If not, what I'll do is change one of these out because I have pizza frozen already in the freezer, and then I'll make for an easy night to not have to cook. So, because we have softball all week too. But this is the meal plan. Okay, so here is what we're going to make for tonight because I'm using up what I have. So I've got eggs, I have turkey sausage in the freezer, I have pancake mix, I got that big, like, regular kind. The kids don't like the Kodiak. I've got Kodiak in the freezer. I'll probably eat for my part, but I'm making theirs regular. And I've got these blueberries to use up, so I'll combine it with that. So, eggs, sausage, pancakes for dinner. So, you guys, I'm not going to like do talking over this. It'll just make it easier because I do watch my Dateline while I cook, guys. But I'm going to just follow the instructions for the pancake mix. This is that, is it Christie's, whatever it is, the big blue bag from Sam. I'm just going to follow the instructions on it. Add this simple like water. I don't think there's much ingredients to it. So I'll do that. I'll probably throw in some, I use the word throw in because people don't like that in the past. But I am going to throw in the blueberries. And then I'm just going to scramble up some eggs. Maybe add, I don't know if I have half and half. I usually add half and half too. And then I've got this thawing out in hot water. So I'll make some sausage to go with that. I don't really need cinnamon rolls. I have those in the freezer. I'll just use those for morning. Maybe even the morning we leave. So, sausage, eggs, pancakes, and then I've got fruit. Plus fruit will be in it. An easy dinner, guys. Use what you have. Okay guys, here's dinner. Here is cinnamon rolls because I went ahead and made those and then we can use them for tomorrow morning. I made 2 types of pancakes. I made, with that mix, I made chocolate chips and I made blueberries. I could use that stuff up. Sausage I was going to make into patties, but I just went ahead and ground it up a little bit because where it was frozen, I didn't feel like thawing it forever and ever, so I just did it that way. Then I made meat egg whites because I had those to use up in the fridge. Then I used up the eggs that we had for them because they like regular. I don't eat regular eggs. And then we have both syrups. So here is an easy and cheap dinner. And today is actually Mother's Day. So yay, I got to make dinner on Mother's Day. And there's a mess of a kitchen in here. So tonight was another one of those meals that were pulled from the freezer. So I pulled 2 pounds of ground beef. And then these were some fresh green onions from a guy that grows them next to the kids' school. So anyway, we're just making 2 things of burgers here with seasoning. Pull the sweet potato fries out from the freezer and some of the potatoes, and I'm going to crisp them because they taste way better in this than they do the other. And then I've got some of this bread that I'm going to cut up and put a little bit of butter or garlic salt on it and put it in the oven for the buns. And maybe a vegetable. I don't know yet though. So I'll come back. You don't need to see me cook all this basic stuff. While that was cooking, I was also making muffins out of Jen Chapin's cookbook. The mix and match muffins. I had all these ingredients on hand. So I wanted to use up raspberries. So I just combined it with the 2 cups of flour, the 2/3 a cup of sugar. I used stevia, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 eggs. I used egg whites, 3/4 cup of milk. I used oat milk, and then 4 tablespoons of butter. Then I put in raspberries and I put in chocolate chips. And then you just bake them for 18 to 22 minutes. So we're just using up stuff we have. And then now the fries are done, and the sweet potato fries, because I'll eat those, and then they'll have the regular. Here is I put some garlic salt and butter on the bread that I had from the freezer that I'd gotten for like 99 cents on sale. So that is what this is. There are the burgers and the onions, and then I've also got these crispy onions that I got on clearance at Kroger one week. I actually only paid like 18 cents for them. And then, you know, we've got some lettuce left over in the fridge, so we'll use that. So it'll be burgers and like actual potato fries, and then some lettuce to put on them. And that is dinner, because the Brussels sprouts I had that I was cooking didn't look good. And then I'm also going to make the muffins, like for breakfast or for a dessert. So, using up what we have, not spending. Okay, today I am using the crock pot. I got some pork, like diced pork that I got on clearance a while back at Kroger. So we're just gonna combine some stuff we have. We're just kind of winging it for tonight's dinner, because I was gonna use pork chops, but I think they look all bone in, so I just didn't want to. I'd rather fry those up, and I don't have time to do that today because we are preparing for vacation. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I'm going to take some onion soup mix. Pour this in there. I didn't have any more spray, so I just used some oil and rubbed it on there. I'm going to take a can of cream of mushroom soup. You guys, we are just doing this all together. I don't know how this is going to turn out. But usually, like, you can combine this stuff for pork chops. Diced pork, I would assume, is pretty much like pork chops for the most part. It's already diced up. Doesn't have all that, like, yucky stuff on it. Can of cream of chicken. Sorry about the sound. Well, usually it comes right out. There we go. Okay. Then use about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. I don't have that. I'm going to use the liquid aminos. So I'm just going to guesstimate here. I'm going to add this. I had some of this left to use, and these are so good. This brand, this Fresh Gourmet brand. This garlic, pepper, onion stuff. Oh, it's so good, guys. So good. I could just eat it like chips. But I'm trying to use some of that up. I don't have seasoned salt, because usually you can put seasoned salt in this. So I'm just going to put a little bit of salt, because pork already has, you know, a ton of sodium in it. Then let me get the rice. So I need about 1 1/4 cup of water, because I'm going to put rice in this. But I want to use this beef broth out, plus it'll give it more of flavor than just plain water. So we're going to add 1 1/4 cups of broth, because I hate having these leftover containers in the fridge. It drives me nuts. I'm also going to add a little bit of pepper, even though I like pepper. I might even add garlic salt. Why not? So some garlic, just because garlic makes everything in life better, in my opinion. And then we're going to add some rice. I'm going to add about a cup of rice, I think. About a cup of rice. I might put a little bit more of this. Whoop. I should put the liquid over. Just kind of get that wet. There we go. Then I'm going to cook this. You can cook it on high for 4 to 6 hours. Yeah, 4 to 6 hours high, or low 6 to 8. So I'm just going to go ahead and cook it on, let's see what time it is. Yeah, I got time to cook it on low. We'll cook it on low so it kind of gets better. And there's that. I might make sweet potatoes. I have these ready to wash and put in the oven because I was going to make a sweet potato casserole, but I don't know if I'm going to do that today or if I'm going to do that tomorrow. I haven't decided yet how much time I have. But we'll have some sort of a veggie that we have on hand to go with this. So it's already got rice in it, so that's my carb. Protein is the pork, so we need a veggie. So I'll think about it and come back. Okay guys, so today we are going on vacation tomorrow. And I've literally, like Ryan's like, there's nothing left to eat. So today, I didn't get to share last night what we made. I made tacos and rice. I just literally put 2 pounds of ground beef into my crock pot, let it cook with 2 packets of taco seasoning, and I had some green onions, like some onions diced up from that garden to put in. So I just put all that in there and let it cook for a while. It was a little tough because I had sped up the heat to high. But turned out great. Made some rice because I've always got rice on hand, and that was dinner because I had wraps to use up. So tonight I actually have pizza left over. The other night, like I didn't get to show an after of the meal because it was literally gone. Our my son's like best friend was over here. He's like our other child. I call him my bonus kid. And he doesn't always eat all the food I make, but he loved it. He actually had like 3 helpings of it. He thought it was the best thing. And it was just the pork that I put in the crock pot with the rice and the mushroom soups. And he thought it was so, so good. So that went really quick. All the kids loved it after they complained initially about it and not having enough chicken in it, which was just pork. So that was a hit, you guys. That was so easy, so easy. And tonight, I am trying to use up some bread I have. So I have this French bread I set out. I was going to make pasta and I didn't. I've got almond milk left because we used the rest of our milk up today. I like to add a little bit of flavored creamer into it. This will stay good, so I don't have to use all that up. And then these are nearing like time to use. I don't have any more eggs, so I'm going to use egg whites. And then of course seasonings. And I'm going to make French toast casserole in the crock pot because I thought that way I can use that and not have to throw it away. And that way in the morning when it's crazy, like we'll have it for dinner tonight, I know there'll be leftover, so I can either freeze it for another day when it's busy, which it'll be summer now for the kids, or we can eat it in the morning before they leave. So let's go ahead and do this. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the French bread that I have out and I'm just going to break it up and put it into the bottom. I didn't spray it out. I put some oil and rubbed along it just to have it a little bit greased up because I don't have any more cooking spray. So I'll have to do a huge haul when I get back home, obviously. But it's nice to be able to live sustainably from what we have in the fridge and freezers. So I'll come back to this in a minute once it's broken up. Okay, so now you're supposed to add 3 cups of milk. I am adding 2 cups of milk, and I'm going to add a cup of creamer, which is sugar-free creamer, just because I like the vanilla taste to it, and it makes it really moist when you add that. I've made it several times that way. So that's what I like to do, is add this because it gives it a vanilla-y flavor. Then you need to add 8 eggs. So that would be 24 tablespoons. I think, actually, yeah, 24 tablespoons of this. So I'm going to add that, which would be equal. Let me see if I can equal the ounces. Okay, going to add that. And I've only got a little bit left, you guys, just a little bit in there. So I'm just going to add it. And to offset that, I'll add a little bit more of the creamer to offset the eggs. So this will be nice and moist. Real gooey, which honestly, when you crock pot this stuff, it tends to get a little dry anyway. I just didn't want to waste what was left. So now we'll add the seasoning. So a tablespoon of vanilla. But you know me, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of vanilla because I love vanilla. And then we're going to get the cinnamon out. So I'm going to add some cinnamon. I'm not measuring it. You can add like 2 teaspoons, but we like ours super cinnamony. So I'm putting some cinnamon, and then I'm going to put a little tiny bit of nutmeg. And I'm actually going to add a little bit of the cinnamon sugar too, just because I have it. And I don't have, like you can add brown sugar to this, but I am out of brown sugar right now. So there's a little bit of nutmeg. So I don't have any brown sugar, and you know, I'll mix, it'll be fine. Mine's super vanilla because there's a topping you can make with butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this
You can add a little bit of syrup to this too, like maple syrup, but I don't have any. So I'm going to just put this in the crock pot for about, you can cook it on high for 2 to 2.5 hours or on low for 3 to 4 hours. So I'm going to put it on low for 4 hours because I have to leave to go on a field trip, and I'll come back to it. And I might just add a little bit of this sugar-free syrup, since they said maple syrup was what most recipes. So that way it'll just bake into that. I know it's not maple, but that's fine. It'll be good just like that. And that's what it looks like. So we're gonna cook it on low. And ta-da! Dinner's made. And I've got some sausage in the freezer, like the stuff I've got left over that's pattied out, and we'll just have that with it. So I'm back home much later, and it is fluffed all the way up. It's so moist, and it smells so good in the house, and yay!
Okay, my friends, that's going to be it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some ideas that you can shop from your home. You can make awesome meals out of it, and you don't have to spend a dime. Use up what you have to make meals. Let me know if you'd like to see more of these videos. I'd love to share them with you guys. Don't mind this mess. We actually are seeing this video after we're back from vacation, so I am just getting things back together. But I will have many more videos for you this week. I hope you guys have an awesome Sunday. Love you all. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.